So hey kids, today we have an alternator. A friend of mine gave me to check it out to see what's wrong with it. He's got a new one that he replaced on his vehicle. I'm seeing that it's a 12-volt alternator, so I really don't know what this came off of. But it looks like a pretty rugged alternator. First thing I'm going to do as I check it is I'm going to check this shaft. Don't look at the threads because that will make it look like it wobbles. But this shaft looks true. And I don't hear any wobble or shucking going on. So that seems to be good. That's your armature. So let's take a look through these vents. This fan spins and cools off the alternator. And you can see through those vents the windings, the copper windings. So you're going to be looking for some breaks in the copper, some arcing going on, signs of arcing. And I'm not looking. There's 4 sides to the winding, the viewports that I can see. And I don't see any issue with the windings, nothing with the shaft. So we're alternately going to go to the brushes. He said it's not very old. It says 7/20/16. And that tells me the date that he installed it. But that does not tell me the mileage that he put, how many miles he put on it. And if you have an hour meter, you can put how many hours too, which is really vital information, not just the date. Date really doesn't mean anything. If you're packing on a lot of miles, then you know if you got your money's worth out of this alternator. So now I'm setting it in a vise so it don't tip over and I can work on it. I'm going to give it a spin. And I'm looking it over, and there is no wobble. The only thing that I see that looks wobbly or oblong is this plastic shroud, and it has a big crack right here, so she's been compromised, right? So there's no issue with that. So let's take these off right now because they're going to be in our way momentarily. These are caps. Well, there's nuts in them, but they protect the threads. So it's really important that you keep those and put them on when you dismantle your alternator if you want to get it checked. So these have 2 star head, and it's an E5 socket that's going to take off these star head screws or bolts or what have you. I'm going to take them right out. I usually don't. I'm going to lift them out actually and put them right back in this shroud. Let's do that. Let's keep everything together. Let's be organized. Those are little screws. So these are the brushes. Ultimately, this is what we're going to really check. So to really check them right, I need to lift up this porcelain insulator. And you can't take it all the way off because there are 3 wires right here that will hold it down. You do not want to break anything or compromise anything with those wires. You want to leave them be. So let's just take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 star head screws. Let's do it right now. Doesn't matter the order. Just take them out. If you have any weird bushings, not bushings, but spacers, you want to keep those separate. Try to put them right back in if there's any weird hardware. Because they're going to go on, everything so far is same. They're the same. And when you put this back together, okay, so that one has a plastic spacer that I'll segregate. It goes in this cup right here. Here's another one. Let's see if that comes out. Like that one did too. So this cup is staying put. If I can get this out. Sometimes you need your magnet to get the screw out. Maybe I didn't get it out all the way. Or you finish unscrewing it. There you go. So that spacer stayed, but I'm still going to put that screw with that one. And then these 3 last. Okay. Okay, so these ones have some kind of spacers going on. Should be all the way out. There it goes, it popped. So these ones here, let's use that magnet. Make sure those aluminum spacers stay. Oh. Those aluminum spacers. You don't want to drop them on the floor because you can't pick them up with your magnet. If they go underneath your desk or your toolbox, you're really at the mercy of that aluminum because you can't pick it up, and sometimes they're hard to find. So keep your hardware in safe spots. Now let's take a look. We're going to take these brushes out. So like I said, let's not yarn on it, try to pry it. Let's just take it gingerly up. Don't break your porcelain insulator. Let's just take these brushes out. Everything's flexible. And I see that they're both sized differently. So let's see if we can zoom in a little bit here and take a look at these, a good look. So if you look right here, this brush is lower than that one. So she's not even touching the armature, the rotor, like it should. And it's catchy. So it's not springing like it should. And these are both, so yeah, these are both problematic. So they're not doing their job. You're not getting the amperage that you should. So ultimately, my finding with the inspection that I've done with this alternator is that these brushes are bad. So instead of spending whatever you're going to spend on the alternator, you can just buy these brushes and get more life out of your alternator. So that is how we save money right there. And it really didn't take that long. We'll look at the clock after I put her all back together. And let's just see what's going on. Time-wise, let's get this guy started here. Like I say, it's an E5. Gotta push her down, make sure. There we go. Let's put it right on the cordless drill now. And set all these guys up. So you can just zap them in. I don't need to worry about torquing it. And there is no, I don't know if there is a specific torque rating for each one. But I know this, I don't want to over torque it. And I'm looking. There we go. Let's just screw everything down. Oh no. Or too low. There we go. Like I say, I just get her threaded in. So he can now make the decision, do his homework, and he will learn now how to change that. The brushes, they're carbon brushes, really easy to change on alternator. Oh. So that little Ryobi drill doesn't have a lot of torque, but you don't hang on to things, she's going to whip it on you. So always have hands on, holding things in place. So I'm not going to tighten that down like it was because I want to protect those threads because she's going to travel. So now we just saved ourselves quite a bit of money by just changing those brushes. And it took like a matter of like 5, 7, under 10 minutes we had this done. So you too can save money by fixing your alternator. And anybody can really do it if they just pay attention to my videos. If you like these videos, please share them with other people and subscribe. It's free, it's easy, and it's fun. So those are the 3 best things in the world: free, easy, and fun. Okay? Peace out. Appreciate your participation thus far. Have a good day. Bye-bye.